Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. Human Operating System is a video channel for educations and technology only. So yesterday I shared a video on the 1850s Siu Lim Tao momentum, where one need to handle the body, the core, the legs, and then the arm, and show how the shoulder is handled. So I got a message asking me, is Jiu-Jitsu better than Wing Chun? This is asked by a Wing Chun practitioner friend. Is Jiu-Jitsu better than Wing Chun? So today I like to the response to this questions technically, okay? So first thing, we don't want to compare style, like comparing the the eagle and the snakes. How can you compare eagle and snake? Which is better? Is eagle better or snake better? Well, they are different. The second is we don't want to compare, is this eagle better than that snake? Well, this eagle can be a young eagle, that snake can be an old snake. We don't want to compare that either. There's a lot of variety there. However, we can compare the technical, or we can look into the technical to understand what is the eagle do and what is the snake do. So instead of saying that is Jiu-Jitsu better than Wing Chun or Wing Chun better than Jiu-Jitsu, we want to look into what is the basic training, what is the characteristics. With that, we know what is going on technically, instead of saying, well, who is better? Well, is the eagle better or is the snake better? Is the young eagle better than old snake, or old eagle better is lose to the young snake? All kind of stuff. Okay, so those become non-technical topics, and you can get into people's arguing, fighting, just for, as usually people say, ego. Okay, even though in Buddhism ego is not is a different story, but that's what it is. So let's look into the technical basic. Okay, so is there any reference, common reference? Yes. In Asia martial arts, okay, that always the basics is the handling of the body, the leg, and the arm. So you always have to be handling of the body, the leg, and the arm. These three things. So by these three things, we can look into Jiu-Jitsu and the Wing Chun basic training. Okay. Now, as we know that, in terms of momentum handling, okay, so Jiu-Jitsu is good in the ground art, okay, and Wing Chun is good at the short strike, okay, and some takedown here. So it's Wing Chun is here, Jiu-Jitsu can be here, but Jiu-Jitsu is very good in here, special in there. and the Wing Chun is somewhere here. Okay, now we look into the Jiu-Jitsu's handling of the body, leg, and arm training. Okay, the three things. Now we look into the very basic training. We know Jiu-Jitsu is belongs to that the uniqueness is in the ground fight. You see that, or we know that Jiu-Jitsu have 4 basic training in their arm, body or core, and leg. The 4 is such as rolling, roll, escape, bridge, switch. You can see all this, Jiu-Jitsu from the basic, they train that in the mat. Okay, so they use their body, their legs, their hand to keeping drilling, training on this bridging, escape, rolling, all this basic, okay? Which is it has make use of the body, the leg, and the arm. Basic, right? And it's going to serve the purpose of their fighting or support their fighting on the ground. Now, Wing Chun is a short strike where you get close range and throw, sweep, those kind of stuff. You just look at it. What is the usual Wing Chun training is about? Well, number 1, is hand. You have this tan, bong, fork, and different techniques, and then you have their punch. Okay? So arm, talk about the arm, the hand techniques. And then they might talk about some leg techniques. The kick, stomp, those things. Okay? And then some will say, well, they have this mind power, so they have this special force. Some will say, well, they have this structure, they have to stand like a triangle shape and so forth. Now you just look at this. Compare with the Jiu-Jitsu training where in the bridge, the escape, the rolling, the switching, they make use of the entire body, leg, and hand or arm. You look at the Wing Chun, typical, talk about the hand, like you do the sets, just moving the hand, or just moving the leg for kick, not concerning much about the body. And then you have the structure where you hold the body and the leg to do a certain thing. You see right away. The handling of the body, leg, and arm as one piece. The so-called typical Wing Chun training do not have that degree of training. So say, get into the close range. The Wing Chun will have using their hand or their kick, or they stand there, they have this structure to push or to crush in. And the Jiu-Jitsu, when they get down to the ground, will have this roll, escape, switch, bridging, all this thing with the entire body. Now, you see technically the common type of Wing Chun is not developing the one unit use or dynamic one unit use of the entire body. Well, when you look into technical this way, you know, just by training, the common Wing Chun do not cover the body, the leg, and the arm synchronization like the Jiu-Jitsu. And this is objective, not subjective at all. This is objective. So that's why when you get down to the ground, you hit the ground, the Jiu-Jitsu be able to use all those things what they are training, because the body is unity and all this synchronized together. Now, as for the Wing Chun, it has its range, range, the hand range, and then or the kick range, or the structure support range, which is in the mathematics is called piecewise linear, piecewise, one piece, one piece, one piece. Well, the Jiu-Jitsu guy is the entire thing, because the body, leg and arm is all trained with this rolling, this bridging, this escape, this mounting, shifting, switching, all this under the ground. So the people who train in Jiu-Jitsu actually have more handling of their body, leg and arm, coordination, better than the typical Wing Chun in dynamic, because they train it that way. So you say, well, Wing Chun, I can add in this farging and this and that, but still, your body stand erect there and you push and all this kind of stuff. You still do not have that. Now, in terms of momentum, okay, fighting is momentum, you like it or not. Again, the Jiu-Jitsu guy on the ground with the simple rolling, escape, bridging, switching, mounting, they're using their entire body to handle the momentum on ground. The typical Wing Chun is you go straight line in, and then using the hand techniques, which is again handling the momentum not as well as the Jiu-Jitsu guy or Jiu-Jitsu type of training, technically, right? So you know already the body handling and the momentum handling, it doesn't have that level of training. Now, if you look into the 1850s Wing Chun, which is I put it in the Wing Chun Matrix books. The Wing Chun Matrix book. There are 4 momentum handling, or 4 momentum handle. You know, this is all the 4, the shoulder, the leg, and so forth. And all those 4 have to align up. So as in another video, I show you how to use the shoulder, and then for say shoot in, the shoot in, you get close, the body shoot in. This is all you have to use the 4 momentum handle. And so as here, as in this Wing Chun Matrix books, there's a chapter on the in-post momentum the impulse momentum realization, which is how you have to realize or implement the momentum of get into the short strike range, how you handle this 4 momentum handles in the short strike range, how you handle your background momentum, because when you are moving you want to switch and so forth, you need to be able to handle that. It's like when we go charge in like that, we cannot turn 90 degree. If you want to turn 90 degree, we need to have some way of manipulate that 4 momentum handles. So if we really look at technically, the Jiu-Jitsu basic training and the Wing Chun basic training, one need the 1850s 4 momentum handles handling in order to get into the same level of training like the Jiu-Jitsu. So when one get close, the one can use the elbow, the hip, all kinds of stuff. Okay, it is you look at it in the Jiu-Jitsu where they're using their hip escape, where other part of the body is synchronized with it. They use the roll, forward roll, side roll, where the entire body is synchronized with it. And in 1850s, Wing Chun do have this with their 4 momentum handles, and then they be able to handle their different type of momentum in their body, like the background momentum and their momentum when they want to go straight, when it need to turn into different directions. One be able to make the transitions and so forth. While the Jiu-Jitsu have all this, right? I mean, you do roll, you do switch, escapes, bridging, right? So this is how it is. I don't look at that, well, Jiu-Jitsu is better than Wing Chun, or Wing Chun is better than Jiu-Jitsu, or this guy is in Jiu-Jitsu is beating this guy, or Wing Chun, or this guy in Wing Chun beating this guy, or Jiu-Jitsu. We don't look at that, because we want to understand what is going on. So that's what I shared with you just now, on this, using the body, handling of the body, the leg and the arm, and using the momentum. This is objective criteria. Disregard of it is the Wing Chun, or disregard of it is Jiu-Jitsu. It is a common ground. You look into the common ground, you look at, so do we have the training on the thing we want to do? From that we know. And then you look at the difference between the today's Wing Chun, where it's based on Tan Bong Fok of hand techniques, and the structure, with a difference with the 1850s, which have the 4 momentum handles, and the body, the body, the leg, and the hand has to synchronize, and the body and the leg always is the main, and the arm is the subordinate or second priority. You look at it, and technically you see clearly what is what. Okay, so instead of saying who is better than who, can this guy fight this guy, or this style fight this style, instead of that, we look at this, what is this techniques, what is this technology can do? What is this technology can do? That is the beauty. Wing Chun has its beauty, Jiu-Jitsu have its beauty in the art. Because the way how to use the technology is the art. But one need to know what is the technology before one get into the art. It's like when you want a drawing, you know how to do the different stroke. That's technology, and then only that you can create. Your way, your style. That's your art. But if we don't have adequate different type of stroke, then we know we don't have the adequate of stroke. And then if you meet somebody who have adequate of stroke training, you know what you train do not cover the game. So this is to share with you today, and this is reality, okay? And that's what I say. In this channel is only educations and technology. We don't want to say, oh, who is better, who is not better. Shut up, talk with your hand, don't talk with your mouth. Well, what good is saying that? Talk with your hand, don't talk with your mouth. Well, don't we need to have the mouth to talk, to know about all just what I share with you? And don't we just talk with the mouth and see exactly what is the technical background there? We know, we almost can predict what's the outcome. It's like you know the technology of the Western rifles, and then you know the early 1900s, those the Chinese Kung Fu guy who say, well, I have the Qi Gong, I have the internal, I have the mantra, I can defeat all those Westerners' rifle and guns. Instead of saying, well, the Westerner is better, superior than the Chinese, or the Chinese is superior than the Westerner, with no end to it, you look into physics. It's clear. So it's not on putting down anybody's side. You just look into technical. And that need the basic knowledge. Nobody's hand, speak with hand, can replace that. Instead, didn't the Chinese in 1900, early 1900, when they do the Boxer rebellions, have proven that talk with hand is problematic? When one do not analyze the situations properly, know exactly the problem, and then shut up, talk with hand, not talk with the mouth. How much the Chinese have to pay for that screw up of talking with hand, not talking with mouth? So this is to share with you today. You know, we learn from the history, we learn from the physics, we learn from the science, we learn from every star, every star of their beauty. So this is to share with you today. And also, keep it objective, scientific technology. That is to make us see things clearly. And we be able to solve issues if we see things clearly.